It is time for another theme park coasting top 10 video where we count down the top 10 rides and attractions at theme parks all around the world. So join me today as we count down the top 10 rides at Disney's California Adventure. Starting off at number 10, we have Monsters Inc. Mike and Sulley to the rescue. And no matter whether you are a humongous Monsters Inc. fan like myself, or just want to ride an incredibly themed dark ride, then this is the ride for you. Previously known as Superstar Limo, which I'm not going to talk too much about, once boarded your taxi you will explore around the city of Monstropolis, seeing many of the famous characters from the movies. However, this is not all easy driving, as there has been a monstrosity in the town. Did you see what I did there? As a child is on the loose, and it is up to you, with help of course from Sulley and Mike, to get her home. It is time for our first roller coaster on the list, as taking the number 9 position we have Goofy's Fly School, the wackiest ride in town. Quite literally, because you and 3 other people will get to jump aboard your very own plane and soar high off into the sky, featuring such elements as drops, airtime hills in addition to your classic wild mouse turns which we all know and love. You are definitely in for a treat. Nevertheless, for me, what makes this ride so amazing is the views, as whilst you whip back and forwards on those turns, being able to see Pixar Pier, the hotels, and for pretty much the whole of California Adventure creates an experience which will never be forgotten. For our number 8 spot on our top 10 list, things are about to turn a little competitive, as we are going to take a ride on Toy Story Midway Mania. Now, as you can probably guess by the name, but this attraction is themed towards the beloved Toy Story franchise, and once you get your 3D glasses on, similar to Monsters Inc. ride, you will get the opportunity to see all of your favourite characters. Although it does not stop there, as you are also equipped with a laser gun type of thing, which will then shoot and squirt items onto the multiple mini games to gain points. How cool is that? The question is though, can you score the highest score in the group? Brace yourself guys, as taking the number 7 position we have Pixar Pal-A-Round, the ride which is very similar to Marmite. You either love it or you hate it. Situated within Pixar Pier along with the Incredicoaster, this is definitely one of the park's icons, with its huge Mickey face in the centre of this 150 foot tall Ferris wheel. In terms of the ride itself though, you will get the option to choose between 2 types of rides, one which takes you leisurely around the outside of the wheel, whereas the other, well, let's just say, get your sick bags ready, as soon as you go on it, you will then go round the oval track, and you do not need to be a rocket scientist to know that it is mega intense, so make sure to choose with caution. Are you planning to head to the park on a nice hot California day? Well, there's really not many days that aren't. Well, if so, you must take a ride on my favourite rapid ride in the world, Grizzly River Rapids. Now honestly guys, this ride is fantastic, and I'd put it easily in the top 3. However, with many people not agreeing with my opinion, I thought it would be nice to put it at number 6. As far as the ride goes though, with it featuring a lift hill, some rapids, twists and turns, as well as 2 drops, that alone makes it worthy of the list. But for me, it is the national park theming which makes it so great. From the moment you enter into the queue line, everything from the rockwork to the wood buildings to even the geysers at the end immerses you in the land. And therefore there is no doubt that in my mind Grizzly River Rapids is a must do at the park. Top 5, and coming in for this position we have got Soarin over California, the park's flying theatre. And if you have never ridden one of these before, then trust me when I say they may not look like a lot, but oh my god are these things amazing. once you have boarded your seat. And over here on theme park coasting, we find the middle of the row and the seats the best. You will then rise off into a giant screen. This is then followed by you soaring past some of California's most beautiful landscapes, including the Golden Gate Bridge, Yosemite National Park, LA, and of course the best of all of them, Disneyland California. All whilst your car moves, creating a feeling that you really are heading around the state. How cool is that? Who here has heard of Spider-Man? Well, of course you have, but do you know that California Adventure has a Spider-Man themed attraction? This is Web Slingers, a Spider-Man adventure, and it is another laser game at the park, but with a little bit of a twist, and we will get onto that later on. To start off from the beginning, however, once you have made it through the queue line, you will be greeted by Peter Parker himself, explaining and showing you the mission ahead. Then you will enter into your vehicle, and similar to Toy Story Mania, you will be taken past lots of theming pieces and screens, bringing you along the 3D adventure. It does not stop there though, as it is also a laser game, but instead of using the guns, you will shoot your hands forward like Spider-Man to destroy the spider bots and of course save the day. If you are scared of heights, skip to number 2, as for the number 3 position we have Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout, and despite it getting quite a lot of bad press, in my eyes there is no doubt that this ride is better than the Twilight Zone. For starters, I want to put it out there that I have never ever seen a Guardians of the Galaxy movie, so I am not biased in that sense at all. Nevertheless, with all the fun onboard music, great theming and storyline throughout, this is so much better than any other drop tower I have done. In addition to this, the thrills of the tower are no worst, if anything better, with you bouncing along with the tunes, so you can probably tell that I absolutely love this ride. But how about you? Comment down below. Between number 2 and 1 it was tough, however for the number 2 position we are going to take a trip into Radiator Springs for Radiator Spring Racers. Now, to be honest, I have got no idea where to start with this ride, as if I was going to talk about every great thing from the entire land to the theming to the ride itself, we would be here all day. Yet here are a few of my favourite parts. First up, I couldn't not talk about the theming, as this land and ride to me is up there with Galaxy's Edge, as no matter where you are, you feel part of the story. The ride does not disappoint either though, with it being the same style as Test Track. You will experience lots of different speeds, sharp turns, and finally that race, which is absolutely top notch. Therefore, I think for any families or huge car fans out there, this would easily be at number 1, but for me it is just scraping off that spot. We have made it to the number 1 position, and for the most incredible ride at California Adventure, you guessed it, the Incredicoaster, and wow is the only thing you'll be saying when queuing, boarding and riding this legendary roller coaster. Previously known as California Screaming, for many out there this ride has got a special place in their hearts, and I can absolutely see why, as once boarded that audio will start to play, signifying the start of the tears. Then this is followed by launching on a lake from 0 to 55 miles per hour with Dash, heading through a stretched tunnel with Elastigirl and a hole punched through it with Mr. Incredible, completing the iconic loop and force field tunnel with Violet, in addition to completing many other twists and turns whilst looking for Jack. Wow, that is a lot, and if you think it cannot get any better, then you would be dead wrong, as you can do all of this whilst listening to the onboard audio taking you along the story. So I cannot stress enough how amazing this ride is, and a trip to California Adventure is no way near complete without a ride on Incredicoaster. That is it from our top 10 video today. Of course, you will have your own opinions and we would love to see them in the comment section below. Also, if you've enjoyed the video, at the top we have got 2 videos that we know you would love, and at the bottom there is our Patreon as well as a subscribe button. But with all that said, there is only one thing left to say. My name is Tom from Theme Park Coasting, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.